You've probably seen some videos or photos about this beautiful event in the world. I'm talking about the Carnival of Rio de Janeiro. This is an amazing event that happens every year. And actually the Carnival is not only in Rio or not only in Brazil. You have in Barranquilla in Colombia, for example, or in Oruro in Bolivia, in the Andean mountains, and also in many cities in Brazil. You have many places where they celebrate this event in February, where you have many parties, many costumes. But in this video, I'll only talk about the Carnival in Rio. I've done this Carnival 3 times and I have many things to tell you. You have small things to know so you can pass a better Carnival. Ready? Let's go. First of all, the dates of the Carnival. The official dates of the Rio de Janeiro Carnival happens a bit differently every year. For example, this year in 2026, it was from the 13th February till the 21st of February. Next year, in 2027, that will be from the 5th of February to the 13th of February. So just so you know, this is very different every year, and it will be also different in 28, 29, etc. So look correctly on the dates before scheduling anything. In 27, from the 5th to the 13th. And why those dates? Those dates are related to the parade of the Samba School in Rio de Janeiro. So the Carnival, I'm not going to do the whole history, but basically you have few days where you have Samba schools that comes from various districts of the state of Rio de Janeiro. You have the state of Rio de Janeiro and the city of Rio de Janeiro as well, Rio de Janeiro. And you have various small districts, and each of them have Samba schools. And they do a parade during those dates. So from the 5th to the 13th, you will have parade of the best school during those days. During the Friday and Saturday, you have the first group, which is not the best one, but just below the best one. After that, you have Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, where you have the very best of the Samba school that will compete to be the champions. And on the next weekend, so on the 13th, you will have the Champions Parade. So you have the result of those first parades, and the very best, I think there will be 6 of them. They will do a parade again with the same costumes, with the same music, etc. Because they are the champions, they will do a parade again. So this parade happens at the Sambodromo de Sapucai. This is one of the first type of parties that you can assist. This is the official carnival. And during this official carnival, you have those parades that happens every night from 9-10 p.m. till 3, 4, 5 a.m. It depends the number of school that will parade at this night. But basically each school, it's 1 hour of parade. Just what you're seeing right now, it's only one school with a lot of small groups with various costumes, but all that, it's only one group. And this is really impressive. I cannot stress enough, you really have to go at this one night to see this parade of the Samba school. This is really amazing. Even if it's on the first day, like on the Friday or Saturday, this is the lower Samba school, but this is already amazing. And that's what I've done. I went there because the ticket are a little bit cheaper. Because after, this is the elite of the Samba school and everyone wants to see them, of course. And to assist to those parades, you have various places at the Sambodromo, the grandstand, the camarote, which is like the luxury suites, and after the front box. I would suggest the grandstand. It's super nice. You have a really wide view. It's really cool, really nice. Don't take the very last one because they're a little bit more behind and you don't see at well. But if you like, I was at the grandstand number 10 and that was really nice, really good. Just to give you an idea, the jury was a grandstand just before us. This is a nice place because you see the whole Samba school from that place, but it takes a bit of time for the Samba school to come up to you and to see the music and vibe with them, etc. If you also at the very beginning, you see the Samba school very soon, so you don't have to wait a lot, but they also pass, and after that you'll have to wait. The front box is cool if you are on the very first line, because everyone is always standing, and so if you're on the second line or the third line, it will be more difficult to see because the front box is very flat. It's not just like the grandstand where the row behind you is a little bit higher, so you can always see. The front box is not really that, and from the videos I've seen, if you're not on the first row, that may be complex. And after you have the camarote, so this is kind of box where you have food, alcohol or water, and some other things that can happen inside those boxes, even small concerts. This is very nice, a whole party that you can have inside those camarote, but this is much more expensive. So this is the first type of party that you can do during the Carnival of Rio de Janeiro. And all those informations I'm telling you, I've written down on my website, horizonhugo.com. I have a blog post about the Carnival of Rio. So don't worry about all this. I know this is a lot of information, but you can find them here later. The second type of party that you can have during the Carnival of Rio de Janeiro, these are the Blocos. And this is the real Carnival for me. This is like an artist or a group of music with some big instrument or big speakers on the top of a bus. It depends a little bit the style of, but you will have some groups in the street making music and celebrating the carnival. This is it. This is just that. And you have many people all around and celebrating as well. So this is called Blocos. You have various type of very famous groups, and they will have one big bus, even 2 or 3, doing a parade in a very big avenue, and you will have tens of thousands of people around them and celebrating this whole event. For example, a very famous artist, Anitta, a Brazilian artist, every year do a bloco on the main avenue of Rio. You have smaller blocos with some classical instruments, and they will perform some music as well, and you have many people also around, and the whole vibe is just amazing. Some artists will sing their own songs, for example Anitta. Some others will sing classic Brazilian music. If you know a little bit the classic Brazilian music, it's easier and it's more fun to enjoy the carnival. And even for me, it was my 3rd time this year doing the carnival. I didn't know all the songs, and still I was ashamed a little bit because I could see so many Brazilian people around me enjoying a lot, and me, I was, yeah, the vibe is super nice, it's super good, but I wish I knew the lyrics and the rhythm a little bit better. So go a little bit on YouTube and learn a little bit those songs, and you have many of them. Most of the blocos are moving from a point A to a point B, so be ready to walk a little bit with these blocos. You have a famous one, for example, that starts very, very early at 5 or 6 a.m. in the morning, and it's called Boi do Toro. And basically this one is passing through tunnels. This is amazing, and you will have to walk a little bit fast because this one is going very, very fast. You have others that doesn't move at all. They're just there standing because this is a scene or because this is just a group that wants to stand here. You have various type of blocos, and basically every day during those carnival dates, you will have tens of blocos happening at every moment. And this is just amazing. The whole city is stopped and everyone is celebrating. This is the carnival. And so that means there are so many of them, you will have to schedule and plan a little bit your days on which blocos you want to go to. If you want to see a little bit what those blocos are like, I've made a whole video with my drone here. And the third type of parties that will happen during the carnival are the private ones at night. You have many clubs or even museums that will welcome some festival or events during the carnival. Boma is one of the most famous at the Museo da Manhã that will do concerts every night with very famous artists like electronic music like Peggy or Koch. And so you have various places like that where they will do parties at night. For me, this is not the real carnival, this is more like on the side because there's so many excitement and parties everywhere. I prefer to do the carnival during the day and to sleep correctly at night. So now that you know all the 3 parties, how you should dress. Let's talk about the costumes a little bit. At the Sambodromo and also at the Blocos. On the night parties, that will be on the side, classical stuff. During the carnival, you can dress as you want. You can dress with a very one-piece big costume. You can make your own costume, and that will be amazing for everyone to see you like that. But I must say, a heavy costume on you, it may be very difficult to wear it during the whole day. Because at that time in February in Rio, it's the summer and it's super, super hot. So I would suggest to be as light as possible. Look at the people, they always wear very few stuff, but the thing that they always wear, the most important one, is the glitter. I haven't found the bottle. I know I used to have some, but I don't know if you can see, But this is, you know, like the small stuff that you put a little bit on your arm, on your chest, everywhere on your face, and you just shining. So this is something everyone has and something that you can buy a little bit everywhere in Rio. The costumes, you can buy them in advance before going to Brazil, but that might be a little bit expensive. Another solution is just when you arrive in Rio, you will have many stores that will sell you glitters, small items like to put on the head or to put on you, like whatever. You will go to those stores, you will see, and you have many options. That's what I recommend. Just walk a little bit in Rio, in Ipanema or Copacabana, and you will see many stores at the time of the carnival. They will sell you items to have a costume. So the goal is to have a small costume, to have some glitter, and to be really as light as possible. And so at the beginning of the carnival, many, if not everyone, is dressing, has a costume at the Blocos, but also at the Sambodromo. During the Samba School Parade, you will have many people, if not everyone, having a costume as well, or being dressed up, having a little bit of glitter or something like that. So small tips for you to have a better carnival in Rio. The first thing, how do you find all those Blocos in the streets? Because you have so many of them, it's very difficult to just walk by and just find one. Yes, you can, but maybe you won't have the very best one. To find all the programmation, you have an official application on your phone that you can download. It's called Blocos Official Carnival, something like that. This one is good, but I use the unofficial one, Bloco da Rua, where all the groups can put themselves, their Blocos, where they're gonna start until where they're gonna go, the time schedule, the type of vibe of the songs that they will play, because you have various type of Blocos, some classical music, some electro one, some nerdy one also. So there's various style. So you have to look at all the Blocos and make your own schedule with that. But use this app, it's super nice. You have so many Blocos happenings, and some of them are really good, but far away one to each other, and you want to attend both of them. And that's fine, but be aware that there are so many Blocos happening that many of those streets are closed, and many people will want to travel from one place to the other. So you have a lot of traffic. And also in the metro, it will be very crowded. My recommendation is that when you go to a point for your first Bloco of the day, try to stay and organize your day in the same zone, so you won't take too many transportation during the day, because it can be very time consuming, especially during the carnival. My recommendation is go to a zone where you have various Blocos and make your day here and do those 2-3 Blocos in this zone. If it's really worth it to go somewhere else, go there, but be aware that you won't be the only one traveling from one place to the other at that time. Once you arrive at the Blocos, you have many small street sellers with a small carriage. It can be food or beverage. So you don't need to come to a Bloco and already have a lot of drinks with you. You can, but you have many of them selling you beers or caipirinha. That's the best way to enjoy your Blocos. You just go there with yourself, with your costume, and you buy some beverage there. They have water, no worries, but most people will buy beers or some kind of cocktail cans or caipirinha. All of them accept either cash or credit card or Pix if you are Brazilian. So I would recommend to always have a little bit of cash with you, but the good thing is that most of them have like a small monitor to be able to accept credit card, which is super nice. And if you want to pay by Pix, this is something very specific to Brazilian people. Normally foreigners can't have it, but I found an application where you can pay by Pix, which is kind of paying through a small number or a QR code. This is super nice, and I'll leave a link in the description if you want to download this app. I found it super useful for the whole Brazil in general, so I don't have to carry that much cash. But during the carnival, I always have a little bit just in case. But I'd say like 90% of the time I was paying with my credit card on my phone, so that was perfect. Another thing you have to carry with you is sunscreen. I told you the carnival is during the summer, so you have sometimes heavy days with a clear blue sky and a heavy sun that will be on your shoulder, on your head for the whole day. So you need to carry some sunscreen and to apply every 30 minutes or hour, because it can be very tiring. Especially on the first day you drink and you forgot to put some sunscreen, and at the end of this first day you're already dead. And I do not recommend that. So you can really enjoy all the days. Like the carnival is a whole marathon, so you have to drink a little bit, partying the first day, but not too hard because you will have the second day after and the third day. That's the goal. The goal is to do a bit of blocos and partying every day. So my recommendation is to do blocos the whole day, but at the night you need to rest, relax, don't go to parties at night. Really like the carnival, it's during the day. And to carry all that, I would suggest you to get a banana. A small banana if you can, you know, like those kind of belt bags where you can put those stuff, your phone, a bit of cash and your sunscreen, and you put that under your costume if it's a small one, or a big one, and you just carry it with you, and you just like be careful that it's always with you and it's never open, those kind of stuff. On the last carnival I had a big banana on me and I was pretty okay, I didn't have any problem, but I was always checking that it was still there, that all my pocket was closed, etc. I would recommend to have one bag with everything in it rather than your pockets with like a phone here, cash here, because sometimes you have heavy crowds around you and it can be easy to slip in your pockets and to check your pockets and get robbed like that. It's better to have a banana just in front of you, you know where it is, and it's much difficult for robbers to get stuff like that. And one last recommendation for people that wants to travel in Rio for like 2 weeks, let's say, should you come before the carnival and enjoy the carnival at the end, or arrive at the very beginning of the carnival and after enjoy the days after the carnival? And my recommendation is to come as early as possible, because it's the whole summer here and the carnival is like the peak of it, and after it just fades away and people start to work again. So before the carnival, on those weekends, you already have blocos happening. And this is super nice. The vibe is already there. You have a lot of happiness in the streets already, even before the carnival. So I would suggest, if you have a 2 weeks plan of traveling in Brazil, even if it's in the whole Brazil, travel before the carnival. So you can already get in the mood and see everyone's very happy and pleasure to meet people, etc. While after the carnival, everyone has partying, everyone is super tired, and this is the end of the summer and people get back to work. So travel before and during the carnival, and after you go back to your place and just have some really nice memories. So to sum up a little bit, you have 3 big type of parties. The blocos in the streets, for me this is the real carnival. It's free and you should enjoy it every day. You have the Sambodromo with the Samba School parade. You should do at least one night to see how it is, how amazing it is. And after you have, like, let's say the electronic night parties, but also some local artists with like local type of Brazilian music that happens at night. I would suggest to sleep at night to really enjoy the blocos during the days. I hope I've answered most of your questions in this video. If not, you can always type down a question in the comment, I will answer you, or you can also send me a DM on Instagram, Horizon Hugo, and all those information are on my website, on my blog post about the Carnival in Rio de Janeiro. So I hope you have a nice day and I'll see you on the next adventure. Ciao, ciao guys.